We're probably the best food producing nation on the planet, and I think the regulations and the requirements from farmers, around how we grow our food and who produces it, puts us up there, allowing us to not just be major players in the red meat space and in the dairy protein space, but also in the green protein and in that plant protein space.
And an opportunity for the next generation of farmers as food and fibre production develops innovative and sustainable ways to reap the benefits of our Canterbury sun and soil. Tomorrow's farmers perhaps inspired by that once-a-year event that puts animals and agriculture in the spotlight, the New Zealand Agricultural Show. For the first time in 158 years, the New Zealand Agricultural Show, as a public event, has been cancelled due to COVID. But there have been plenty of small-scale events to bring city and country together. The show brings together the people, animals and machines that are the economic lifeblood of so many Canterbury communities. So it's important that the sector keeps abreast of environmental challenges, technical changes and changing consumer preferences for food and fibre.
Provenance is really important to us here in Canterbury. We know that we have strong credentials around the way that we farm, the sustainability commitments that we make as a country and as a province, and making sure that that is valued internationally is a really important part that we have to play here at Christchurch NZ, but also industry and the way that they tell those stories internationally.
Economic Development Agency Christchurch NZ is working with food, fibre and agri-tech businesses to help them become more efficient, productive and sustainable.
So what we've done is we've looked at the areas where we already have strength, and that relates to our land and the way that we use it, and made sure that we're also investing in the technology to support that. So we bring together clusters, we support challenges to grow innovation from the ground up, because we know there's lots of really good ideas here in Canterbury, and we also support that with direct investment into our innovation ecosystem to make sure that we're wrapping services around young businesses so they can grow and continue to flourish for the future.
Young businesses like Nutrient Rescue are responding to the growing consumer appetite for healthy, convenient and organic foods.
A superfood is a food which has a very high nutritional profile and that has benefits to us as human beings that sets it apart from a regular food. Well, Nutrient Rescue was formed because the Ministry of Health gives us data that 67% of New Zealanders aren't getting even 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. So we looked at a way that we could up the nutritional profile of fruits and vegetables, get them into people to give them that, sort of like that base layer of nutrition. So in one double shot, they get 3 serves of leafy green vegetables and 1 handful of red berries. We're 100% New Zealand made. We are as organic as you can possibly get. We do have 2 ingredients that we can't always source organically. And we're just a very natural, well-meaning company. We have a social impact model. We are actually a social enterprise, and we really just want to put people and the planet first. Canterbury could be like the world's vegetable garden. It's absolutely abundant. The soils are rich in minerals and nutrients, and just with the light, absolutely optimum for growing black currants and wheatgrass and barley leaf.
Brothers Green is another Canterbury company making the most of fertile soils and sunshine with a crop that is a super fibre, especially when blended with wool, and a superfood.
So hemp is an incredible crop in the fact that it needs pretty much been grown chemical-free, so it doesn't need sprays. It's got a deep taproot, so it's able to utilise a lot more of the nutrients that are often lost to pasture species. So its seed got all 21 amino acids, all 9 essential amino acids. It's really high in GLA, so it's an anti-inflammatory hemp seed oil, which is also high in omega-3. And on top of that, it's out of the ground in less than 4 months. So we can plant end of November and we're sort of harvesting end of March.
Environmental sustainability is an important part of how we succeed, and a challenge that Canterbury farmers take on willingly. As a world leader in farming deer, Deer Industry New Zealand has partnered with the government and iwi as part of the Hiwaka Ikanoa Agreement, working with farmers to account for and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The association is working with scientists to discover the impact of deer on water and helping farmers to implement environmental plans to improve the quality of soil and enhance biodiversity.
We've got about 40 of these groups around the country, maybe 6 or 10 farms in each group, and they're working with each other to learn best environmental practice.
Animal welfare is also increasingly important to a global market seeking quality and traceability. And that's good news for New Zealand's last surviving meat cooperative, which has been focusing on producing premium beef and lamb products.
That is a huge bonus for global consumers who are really looking to have that traceability and that connection back to farmers. Global chefs, global consumers really want to know that the people supplying their meat are really committed to the company they're supplying to and therefore committed to the consumers and the chefs. The animals are born and raised on property, so that gives us traceability. They're antibiotic-free, pasture-raised, GM-free. And what that means is we're doing a double check that those farming practices are translating through to the actual product that the consumer gets. Good quality meat has been treated well, and animals that are treated well produce good quality meat.
Canterbury's economic future and the future for these youngsters is dependent on how well we care for our land, water and animals. And that's where support like this and this can ensure an abundant future.